Libra, this is Kate from Clear Blue Tarot with a reading for you today. So I'm going to jump right in. In the center, we got for you the Judgment card from the Enchanted Tarot, along with the Indie card from the Fairy Oracles. And these are crossed by the Pook from the Fairy Oracles. So what that's talking about here is that there is some sort of something you thought was gone and over has risen back up into your life. So perhaps some interest that you had in the past is now more prevalent again. Something you had lost track of. And I can give you some ideas as we go further in the reading what that indicates it may be. Some ideas for you as you peruse what could be kind of resurrecting back from the dead for you in your life. However, you do have a couple of challenging cards in the center along with that. The Indie card is, this is a Libra reading, and the Indie card is actually the Libra card of the Fairy Oracles. And if you look, the Indie card is, he's holding two globes and he's kind of juggling them back and forth. And it's kind of a card of indecision, being kind of wishy-washy. And so whatever your new beginning is, whatever has come back for you, is still causing you a bit of an indecision. And the recent past, you have the Two of Earth, which is in the tarot. The Two of Pentacles is the card of kind of juggling two options. So maybe you have two directions that you can go, or maybe something that you've been doing up until now might need to change and be let go of in order to take this new opportunity of something that's coming back from your past. Perhaps an interest you used to have all the time and you forgot about it, and now you're thinking about changing direction in your life, but you're a little not sure of how to go with that. And now the Pook, because that's a challenge, it's a little bit of a different meaning than the upright meaning. So I'll tell you what it says specifically. It says, there's a paradox that we are unable to resolve at this time. Recognizing the paradox helps us move closer to a solution for it, but the information or experience we need to resolve is not yet available to us. The trick here is to avoid becoming bogged down by this. We need to get on with other aspects of our lives while we acknowledge the difficulty here. If possible, we need to postpone related decisions and then relax about it, knowing that the insight we need will come, but we cannot rush it. In fact, trying to rush it usually only causes us to become more deeply mired in the confusion. Relax, wait, and stay alert. So what's happening is there's something that you're interested in that's come up, but maybe you're not quite sure how to go about doing it, and if you have to let go of some other things in order to go forward with it. But it's saying just meditate on it and wait, because as more answers come in, the general meaning of the Pook is about puzzles that need to be figured out, like riddles. And when it's upright, that means you have all the pieces, but even still, when you have all the pieces, it can be difficult to kind of unlock the meaning. Interestingly, in your near future, you do have puzzle pieces on this card from the Animal Spirit Oracle. It's the Ant card, and it shows them kind of playing with puzzle pieces. So that looks like your answer is coming in the very near future. That's not at the resulting end of this reading, it's in the near future. So it looks like these are collaborators. It's like a team, and they're gonna come in and find all the pieces with you. So that's where it's headed. Interesting cards to kind of go along with all that. At your root, your base, you have the Corn, which is about abundance. So it looks like with this new idea that you're thinking about going forward with, you're going to have everything you need to do so. The Corn is a card of incredible abundance, enough for you and leftovers for others. So it's a really good fortune card from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So with that at your base, and then the Ant Spirit as your team, I clarified the Ant Spirit and I got the Surrender card. So that's a good reminder whenever you're going to start collaborating or teaming up with people. It's I can release my need to control. So if there's something inside of you that resists teaming up, maybe you've worked alone a lot in the past And now to collaborate, you're going to need to keep this in your mind that you need to surrender some of the control, because I don't know if you've ever worked for people that are very controlling. No one likes that. So if you're going to be a leader and you're going to have this new team around you, let other people take over and don't feel like you need to micromanage, because that will surely inhibit the success of the team. Okay, so crowning you, you have the Coyote. So good luck with that. When you start something new, the Coyote does show up. It's the trickstery card, because you really kind of don't know all the ins and outs. You're not an expert yet at this new thing. Even if it was an idea you've had that you've been passionate about, if you haven't actually ever done it before, things come up. And the Coyote, the lesson of the Coyote is, as you're going forward towards your success at this new thing, when problems come up and things that look like trouble, they're actually placed there in a divine way to teach you a lesson that you're going to need when you reach your destination. So these are types of things that in retrospect you can look back and say, wow, that was actually good that that happened, because then when this thing came up after I was really in the leadership position later, I knew how to handle it because this had happened. So that's good. Even though it can be just kind of a warning to look out for those types of things. Make sure you're ready when they come up with the proper energy you need to handle it. You're very grounded right now. Inside of yourself, you have Faf the Footer, which is all about keeping grounded to the earth. And it could be a reminder to you to maintain that as you go through all these things. Libras sometimes don't like when they grab one of the options and go forward with it. It can be a little nerve-wracking to get out of the wishy-washy phase and commit. So stay grounded. And remember, how others are seeing you is the scarab beetle. So that says magic works through you. And don't ever lose your connection to the miraculous and the magical, because that is what's going to propel you into success with this new venture, is that excitement that comes when you start something new and you're full of excitement and you have that magnetic attraction to attract the proper people to work with, to attract the proper abundance, like the corn card is stating, so that you can be a big success. This magic will bring you the abundance of both team members and resources. Okay, so your hopes and fears position, you have the Devil, and that's just an ego-based devil in this deck. It's entirely about like being focused too much on the material world and not having a higher vision. And you know, it's in the hopes and fears position. Right now I'm at a loss to say how it could be a hope, so I'm gonna go with it's a fear. And you'll know, as I say the Devil card and pick it up and put it towards the camera, you can identify probably pretty quickly what it would represent to you as a fear. But I clarified it with the Discipline card, okay? So the reading is saying that the Devil is about discipline, and the message on that card from the Soul's Journey is I can accomplish what I set my mind to. So maybe, you know, I would interpret that if I did this reading for myself, I would say maybe in the past I've started things and didn't finish them. Maybe this particular goal that's come back into your head is something that you had at one point begun and put aside. And, you know, it's coming back around now to say you can do it this time. Okay, so just keep believing and know that you're older and wiser now, and you do have the discipline that it will take to commit to this new venture. Your final outcome, I got the Tower and the Five of Fire. They popped out together, so I kept them together. The Five of Fire in the Good Tarot is not really so much about conflict or mental conflict. It's about releasing of that. So it's about kind of burning up this conflict and purifying it, so getting rid of it. And the Tower is about some sort of upheaval, some sort of big change that can be cataclysmic, or it can be just mind-blowing, or it can be wonderful. So it's all about two things. It's the details of your situation, because pretty much, you know, bad things that happen, if they're in your fate and destiny path, they're never enjoyable. But if something comes along that's just overwhelming, then it's up to you if you want to make it a cataclysm, or you want to just think, wow, I'm just going to meditate more and you know, stay grounded and be upbeat and optimistic. There's a lot of optimism in these cards, so I would really recommend that you go with that when this tower may hit, and use the tower to purify if there is something that you see. Sorry, hang on. Talking about the tower card, and an ambulance goes by. So yeah, could just be like that. An ambulance goes by. Big deal. So what the resulting Soul's Journey card clarification of the Five of Fire and the Tower is saying, it's the growth card, and it says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. So, you know, my readings always tend to go towards spiritual growth, and so, you know, if you're taking this whole reading as something like that, you know, you can certainly do a big interpretation of all these cards in that manner. And expanding your consciousness and your awareness is something that, as a planet, we're all doing right now. So even if your goal and your newfound it's a busy street, sorry. If your newfound journey, or your old found again journey, is about something more material world, you still are having a huge upgrade in consciousness and awareness as you're going through it. And the clarification I got from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck is the Nightingale, and that's all about your throat chakra. It's all about opening your mouth and letting the words flow through you and out, speaking your truth, and being very powerful with your words, but in a beautiful way. You're going to have, you know, a lot of ability to use either your voice, if you're, you could be a performer or a singer, but it also could be with just the words of wisdom that have come through you with whatever spiritual growth or new venture. You're going to be able to speak very eloquently, very beautifully, your truth of this particular this new way that you're coming into. So I did get a new deck. It's the Lightworkers Oracle Guidebook, and I got this gorgeous card, the First Ray of Power, and it's about the Ascended Master El Moria, who they say was incarnated as King Arthur when he was here on the planet as an embodied being. And I'm going to read just a little bit from this book regarding this first ray, and that may give you a little more indication of what exactly this new thing coming for you is. The first ray of power is energy of conscious destruction, which you got the Tower, so you know, you are choosing to change in a big way certain things. It can be used in a healthy way to eliminate the past and allow for a fresh start. The first ray also carries the frequency of leadership. It can assist you to stand in the truth of your light so others can find their way by it. It helps to strengthen your willpower so you can accomplish any task you choose. The Ascended Master El Moria brings you his particular blessing and encourages you to believe in your own strength and take the initiative on what matters most to you. If you are confused about which path to take, oh my gosh, we're going right back to the beginning of the reading. There it is, boom. Or whether to continue a certain relationship, course of action, or lifestyle choice, the first ray of power will clarify matters for you. When it moves through our lives, whatever is holding us back will be removed, either through circumstances seemingly beyond our own control or by our own actions based on a sudden inner knowing. The change will feel very true, freeing, and helpful. Those people, dreams, and opportunities that remain in your life afterwards have survived the onslaught of divine will. This means that the universe is confirming that they are meant to be part of your journey at this time. If your life purpose involves either driving a meaningful political cause forward or assuming a position of leadership in some other way, you'll feel the truth of this and be given encouragement from the Ascended Master El Morya to trust yourself as a leader with heart and awareness. So there's an invocation at the end. It's kind of a short one, but if you want to hear that, I'm going to end with that. So if you want to stay, you can close your eyes. I'm just going to read this for you. I now accept of my own free will the blessing and grace of the first ray of power in my life. Through unconditional love and divine mercy, I surrender my life into the loving hands of the universe to align me with higher will and the most beautiful expression of my life journey. I call upon the loving assistance of the genuine Ascended Master El Morya in all aspects of this process, and ask that the first ray of power be expressed in ways that serve the greatest good on this planet, that all beings may walk their true divine path. Through divine grace, so be it. Okay, Libra, I hope that worked out for you as a little inspiration, and I will see you in the new year. Thank you so much.